Let's take a couple of moments and we're going to check out the dimmer settings on Pioneer NEX head units. Even though your particular receiver may have buttons on the side or across the bottom like this one, the on-screen operation in this demonstration is identical for the following Pioneer NEX models: 4200 NEX and 4201 NEX, 5200 NEX and 5201 NEX, 6200 NEX, 6201 NEX, 7200 NEX, 7201 NEX, 8200 NEX, and AVIC 8201 NEX. So from any source here, I'm going to touch the gears, and I want to go to the toolbox, the wrench, the screwdriver. Then I'm going to scroll along down here until I find the dimmer settings. Let's see. Oops, went past it. There's the dimmer settings. Okay, now inside the dimmer settings, the first thing we need to do is choose what type of trigger the dimmer will have. So let's open that window. And we have our choice here between auto, manual, or time. The first choice we have here is auto, and that means that when I turn on the vehicle's headlights and the dash lights dim, the head unit lights will also dim. This can only be achieved if the head unit was installed that way and the orange and white wire is installed onto the dimmer wire in the dash. If you don't have that wire installed, the auto setting is not the one to choose. The next one is the manual setting, and if I choose the manual setting, I need to go right here to the day and night setting and switch it between day and night manually whenever I want the dimmer to come on or turn off. So if you wanted to, you could put a star right there and make that one of your favorites and make it very easy to get to your dimmer if you wanted to do it that way. The third option is to use the dimmer duration, and we would go into the dimmer trigger here and choose time. But you see, dimmer duration didn't light up for us, so we have to engage the parking brake. Now, dimmer duration lights up when we choose time in the dimmer trigger, and we'll open the dimmer duration window. Now, this says that the dimmer will turn on at 6 p.m. and turn off at 6 a.m. Those are pretty good times, but maybe you need to change them based on daylight saving time or something like that. So right now, the on time that it switches on, we can make it a little later in the evening if we want to, like 7:15, maybe 8 p.m. And then the time that the dimmer switches off, right now it's set to 6 a.m. We can make it a little earlier in the morning, 5:15 a.m. if we want to. So the dimmer will be on from 8 p.m. to 5:15 a.m. and from 5:15 a.m. on out to 8 p.m. the dimmer will be switched off. And that is independent of your headlight settings. So if you have daytime running lamps and you choose to drive with your headlights on all the time, the dimmer on the radio will only be dimmed based on the time that you set. When you're done making these adjustments, you can hit the X to escape.